Welcome to the award-winning Texas Toast Podcast, your podcast home for all things Texas country. Kick back and enjoy as we toast the best in Texas country. It's Miss Helen with the Texas Toast Podcast, obviously, but I'm here with a special guest today. Of course, I just recently, as many of you know, had the opportunity to attend Uncle Lucius' show in Bay City here in my home county. And I was blown away. And joining me is a keyboard player who is the most charismatic, I could not stop watching you play. Hello, John Grossman, right? Correct? Did I
Hey,
say your last
that's
name right?
correct.
John
Yeah,
Grossman
that's
is
right.
here. Wow, you were incredible on the keyboard and all the other stuff. You like get in your own corner and just get in your own world.
They they just kind of let me have mad scientist. They let me have my lab, and I get to bring my lab out and show everybody.
Yes. So, how long have you been with Uncle Lucius? Have you been here the whole time?
Almost. I think the band officially started in like 2007,
Right.
and I met them in 2010, and
Okay.
then
Okay.
met them in the middle of the year. I still lived in Kentucky, and I moved to Texas to join them.
Awesome. Great decision. And I'm sure you're happy with that decision. So, of course, Kevin Galloway, Kevin's not with us, but I got to visit with him after the show, and it was just tremendous being able to sit down with him just for a few minutes and talk. But there's so much history to Uncle Lucius. Let's first talk about the name of the band and how it came about. I love that story.
Depends which version he gave you. I'm not sure. Well, it was before my time, so I'm dipping into legend a little
Yes,
bit. But as I understand it, it was named in honor of their friend's relative who was named Lucius. And this
correct.
was I mean, it was a real guy, but the story is, as I've met Lucius's family. They're dear friends of the band's, and he's just kind of a legendary figure, a bit of a mystic, kind of the
Hmm.
word swamp wizard were
Yes.
used to
See, that's
describe
what I
him.
that's what I have in my mind. Like all this time I've been trying to figure it out. That's why I love picking the brain, being able to talk to someone who has a little insight.
Well, when you're talking about myth,
Yes, yes.
insight into it's like I know the guy who had a dream about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, just something the offbeat was the big note about Lucius, the legendary Lucius guy. He was he was a man at one with nature, very he was from the Cajun part of the Louisiana, very swampish kind of area. And yeah, just kind of a legendary exploits of a man kind of wandering off to reconnect with nature. And anyway, when and Kevin and a couple of the guys were out at dinner hearing about these stories, Kevin realized his mother was born in New Orleans and he has all these Louisiana roots. So it just clicked, and at the time they were kind of looking for a name for the band. So yeah, it was originally a Grandpa Lucius. I mean, he
Yes,
was somebody's
yes.
uncle, but they were told the story of Grandpa Lucius, and they just thought Grandpa was a little, it's hard to connect with somebody that much older or something. So they went for the uncle just to make it a little cozier. But,
Well, I know that, it was so hard getting ready for this because there's just the library of music just goes on and on and on. And of course, I'll touch on maybe the last couple of projects. I know there was the Live in 25 at Green Hall that was released, and I really enjoyed that because I'm one of those that loves the live recordings. So what was that like as y'all were laying that down and kind of back together?
oh, that was one of the coolest experiences. Green Hall is so special to us. Our drummer Josh Greco, he started going to Green Hall when he was like 9 years old.
Wow.
His dad would take him there, and just like kids you see there every time we go now, their parents showing them how to two-step and kind of the that's a place where the tradition is just made manifest. Um, but yeah, Green Hall was spectacular. We moved like a whole recording studio worth of gear into that place. If you've been in the back of Green Hall, there's a little, they call it Willie's door. They cut a
Right.
little
Right.
little piece out, and that area was just packed with equipment. I mean, just you could barely kind of crawl through. So we moved like a whole recording studio in. I don't know. Normally, I'm I'm not immune by any stretch to nerves and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, that night it was just kind of this is it. Oh boy, kind of energy. So
Wow.
it's very
Wow.
exciting.
Yeah. And of course, and then prior to that coming out, y'all had also released Like It's the Last One Left. I believe. Yes, that was in 2023. And that was the first album to be released in 8 years. And there's some really good tracks on there. And if you don't mind, I'd like to talk about some of those that
Or
kind of caught my ear. Like I liked Love in Kind. I really like that one.
yeah, that's night. We don't have many love songs, and that almost unique in our catalog.
Yes.
That
Yes.
one's very cool, kind of, a little lighter, just a different spin for the band. Yeah, we should bring that one back. We haven't played that live in a long
I don't
time.
know why for some reason when I was listening through that one just I stopped on it because like all the Angelinas I was listening to everything Tuscaloosa Rain going through Holy Roller and all of a sudden I got to that and I was like I'm just gonna kind of stop and pause on this one for a minute so that's just me but let's so y'all actually have your own record label Boo Clap you still have your own record label
We do.
okay
That
it's
that was a famous guy. Um Trying to remember his real name. His nickname was Boo Clap because he was like a heckler at the Saxon pub, trying to
oh how
heckle, but
cool
he was going boo. So he was trying his best to disrupt, but he liked the show. He was boo. Yeah, that was a good one. Boo. That's Mr. Boo Clap.
That's good to know. And then distributed by 30 Tigers. Is that still the case with your
They
projects?
just did like it's the last one left. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
The Live at Green Hall, that's fully independent
yes,
release.
yes. So
30
what?
Tigers is real cool though. They do they probably have had hundreds of releases.
Oh, I know.
They've
Yes,
yeah, they're a great one.
they are huge. So let's talk about you a little bit. So where are you originally from?
I grew up in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Central Kentucky, heart of the capital of the bluegrass. Where
Yes,
we self-declare the horse capital of the world. It's
yes.
kind of like Austin with the live music capital. Like we'll just take their word for it, you know. Uh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Kentucky was great. Great place to grow up. I left for college for a couple of years, and then came back and performed around Lexington for I was there for 3 or 4 years, full time, when I met Uncle Lucius when they were passing through.
Oh, you met him passing through. That's interesting.
Yeah, they opened a show. And when I say a show, very much in quotes, this was like a 4 hour pub gig at an Irish pub. And they
Wow.
told us that day there's a band from Austin and they're opening the show. And we're all, what show? You mean they're here to play? So they it had never happened before or since. Their booking agent got them on our pub gig. But I'm glad they did. That's how we met.
Yeah, I like that. So, keyboard playing, it has to, I mean, like you're just so gifted. I want to know when did you first start playing? When did you find your love for music?
Well, I was lucky. My parents, especially my mother, really instilled music from a very young age. My brother and sister and I were all in kinder music when we were like 4 years old. And I was in piano lessons from very young age. I was not a good student, to the point my teacher quit giving me lessons because I was such a bad student when I was 12.
Really?
And yeah, and he kept coming back to my house to teach my brother and sister because they were more studious. But I always admired that, because if I were in his shoes, I think I would keep giving lessons to all three of them, you know. But he had a
Wow.
lot of integrity. He said, "No, you're not practicing. I'm not going to spend my time on you." But I had played for 3 or 4 years by then, so I had some of it under my fingers, and I reconnected with it in a big way when I was like 15.
Mhm.
I was at summer camp, And one of the kids, one of my fellow campers, could write songs and had a guitar, and there was a piano at camp. And so and they'd say, "Anybody know how to play this?" I say, "Yeah, I do," but I didn't. So I'd just sit there in front of the piano, like, why can't I do this? I've been here for a year, so it just kind of shamed me, or that's not the right word. Kind of, I was vexed about it, so I kind of dove in for that reason. And this guy was writing little funny songs about everybody we knew and the things we were doing, and that just I really got into that. Um, yeah, from about 15 on, so like 26 years now. For almost every day, I've had something musical I've been working on.
Hmm. Well, I've never witnessed such a show as I did, and I'm a bad one. Like I'm really bad because it's hard for me to stay in one place at one time and like just to stand there and pay attention, especially like at live music events, because you're always running across someone you want to talk to, and you'll see them. I know you're not supposed to do that, but you know how it is. So especially at a festival like we were at, and not seeing a lot of people from the community, but like I was glued the whole show. I never moved. I mean, maybe one time I did, but it's just fascinating y'all's sound. So I guess my the development of the sound for Uncle Lucius, like we were talking about, the not much love songs, and when I brought up the song earlier, where did the sound come together and the, for this band?
It's a good question. It's kind of always evolving. It's kind of a
Yes, it
work
is.
in
Yes.
progress. But I think the key to it is we all let there's it's not very rigid group. So I think every individual kind of has play in the joints. There's always a little bit of wiggle room.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, the simple answer is that we try to leave it open, so the best idea kind of wins out organically, without any sort of preconceived notions. I mean, we have our tendencies and our taste, the absence of love songs being one, for the most part. Um, yeah, I mean, a couple of us have very strong kind of musical identities, I guess. Like Mike, he was the original lead guitar player on stage. He's the one next to me. He's kind of has sort of a southern rock palette.
Hmm.
He had his own band for many years and was the singer. So they were a little more, I don't know, traditional or like within, kind of a classic southern rock band. I was always I've been writing my own tunes, kind of Randy Newman, Ray Charles sort of pocket. I don't know. And Kevin, he's very humble, very self-deprecating. I've heard him say, I'm just a guy who gets to hang out with musicians. He likes to kind of whatever, yeah, play that way. But um, yeah, I think that's maybe a big part of it is that Kevinson is the leader of the band. He
Right.
started it, and he's the only, you know, he, they've, there's he's the only singer. There's never been another one. Um, but he's also he doesn't hold the steering wheel very tightly.
Hmm.
So I think that's to our benefit. So it can allow us to change,
Hmm.
from album to album, even song to song.
Yes, yes, and that it is kind of like song to song, especially when you listen to Live 25, the Live Green Hall album. I like how it just it just rolls into one song after another, and it's like, and there is something special about every single one of them. None of them have the same sound. It's a little bit different. It's just that's what makes Uncle Lucius to me. Like the music has just been always so intriguing. But then after seeing y'all live, wow, that was amazing. Well, let's talk about the big thing that happened to y'all. So y'all took a little break. Y'all had two shows at Green Hall. You said farewell. A lot of us were sad about that, but it seems like that there was still something still bubbling. I don't think we as fans ever let y'all go. I think the music was still out there, still being listened to, and just that whole spirit that you get with the whole Uncle Lucius band and music experience. And then when the Keep the Wolves Away hit Yellowstone, what was that like for y'all?
Uh, it remains kind of surreal. I remember because we had been broken up for a couple of years by then, at
Mhm.
least a year, and getting these bizarre group text messages like, I mean, Kevin really, I don't know if he mentioned this to you, he really got text messages saying, man, congratulations, holy moly, way to go. Yellowstone, and he had never heard of Yellowstone. None of us were, we had no idea it was happening. It's kind of strange. Be very careful, kids, when you sign your record contract,
True that.
because they work it out so they own 50.00001%, just a little more than half. So the company was able to place it in a show and not even tell us about it. It's kind of crazy. Um, yeah, very, very surreal. I mean, especially you start to, I mean, I learned about Yellowstone all at once when it was already kind of a sensation. And you learn about this, there's this whole, it's like Marvel Comics or something, this whole cinematic universe this guy is doing, and Taylor Sheridan. Um, yeah, beyond surreal. I mean, the we met, and that was the first time we were all back together in one space. We went out for steak dinner to
Oh,
celebrate because
cool.
the record went gold. I mean, it
Yes,
just
it
still
did. Yes.
blows my mind. I think Kevin said it might be double platinum now, but it's at least gone plat. But yeah, just surreal does not begin to describe it. I was just hanging out with Hal Vorpal. He's our original bass player, and he produced like it's the last one left. Um, yeah, I did, and we are just talking about, I mean, expectations. Who in their right mind would have said, "Well, I'll work at music for 10 or 20 years, and then, as it happens, the song will go viral and blow up on television." It just the kind of thing I would never have expected to happen.
Well, congratulations on that. I remember I was kind of a late bloomer with the whole Yellowstone thing too. I didn't have a lot of time to watch TV, and then once we did start watching, then we were like everybody else, and like we were trying to hurry and catch up. But I do remember hearing the song on it as well. One of the first times I was watching Yellowstone, and then realizing then how the music is working into their show, and how a lot of our Texas artists. I know I interviewed Shane Smith and from Shane Smith and the Saints and talked about their song that was on there. So it's just amazing because you never know who is going to be thrown on there. All of a sudden, a song that you've known for a long time from one of your favorite artists. I think that's a cool thing. So when did y'all make the decision to
Yeah.
come back together?
It was a gradual process after that initial steak dinner. We got back together a couple of times. I was hanging out a lot with Hal Vorpal. He and I had been writing like a song a week together all through the pandemic and everything. We kind of were neighbors, so we had reconnected, and it was just kind of this very fortuitous thing. The next thing I kind of knew, we were talking about, oh, well, Hal has this album almost completely written. He wrote a lot of like it's the last one left. It was all just kind of ready to go,
Mm.
with very few little movements. We had our bass player had moved on, but we had a guy in mind, Drew Sugar, the guy we've had, and a second guitar player. I mean, it was all just right at arm's length. It was like, oh, we could do that. We could do, it was very automatic, equally surreal. After all those years of nothing happening,
Right.
just a couple of short moves, and there we were.
Wow. And so y'all are out, you're touring, and I know that when we finish up here, your next you're going to be rolling into Key West.
Yeah, I'll fly out tomorrow. Very
That's
exciting.
exciting.
Oh yeah, have you been
No,
Key
I
West?
haven't been. We discussed that when we were side stage. It's like I think that would probably be more my jam to go to since I'm a coastal girl.
Oh,
I
that's
need
yeah,
I
the
would love
mountain.
to. Yeah, I just every year I try to say, well, I'm gonna make plans to go, and then it's like the year catches up with me, and then all of a sudden it's here again. So next year, hopefully next year.
Yeah, I hope so too. It is a lot of fun. You can rent a little scooter, zip all around the island.
Mhm.
Very, it's kind of similar to New Orleans. Both of them are more like Caribbean cities than they are like American
Yes.
ones. Just kind of oddballs. I like it there.
Yeah. I bet I
Uh,
would like it there too. I anywhere near the water, like if I go inland, I get claustrophobic sometimes. Like I'm not kidding you. Because it's just everything. So I'm just used to the open water and being out in the open. Anyway, that's a weird thing. But yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. I know a lot of people are looking forward to seeing y'all there.
Yeah, yeah. That some friends in Shiny Ribs, I had to cancel their trip, so hopefully, smooth sailing. Um, get us out there. But yeah, it's pretty cool time. Pretty great
And then I see where
festival.
y'all got back to back at Green Hall March 6th and March 7th. So what's up with that?
Yeah, it's becoming our new tradition. That was the time of year when we got back together. We had two shows to celebrate at Green Hall. Of course, we recorded this album. I think that was last year around March, maybe February. So yeah, it's kind of our annual stand uh, at Green Hall. Always try to do something special. I think we're going to have horns come and uh, and play. Yeah, and I imagine we'll try to record it again. Maybe
Oh,
not for a
cool.
proper album, but yeah, we try to record a lot of the sets when we can. Our regular sound guy, Kai Williams, is really good at throwing those together. So if you ever see clips that we'll post like on Instagram, that's our sound engineer, kind of wires it all together.
Oh, nice. That's very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So, and then what else is in the works? Is there new music, or are we just going to work with what we got and keep going? And I know that y'all are going to, bump up your schedule, I'm sure. So just kind of tell me what we can look forward to coming up in the next few months.
Well, we've got our next album mostly done.
Yay.
We went to rented an Airbnb a couple of months ago in Wimberley and got a whole new record. I think we're still toying with titles. I'm not sure what it's going to be called, but it's I don't know. It's at about the 5 yard line. It's not done yet, but and we're it might be ambitious. What we're hoping to do is get that one finished and released in the spring, maybe early summer, uh, and then and we're hoping to just get right working again on brand new stuff. Um, I don't know the as far as I can tell, this music art in general is just a numbers game. So the uh, more junk you can throw up against the wall, you see what sticks. It's got a it's kind of like it's a roulette wheel, but there's sort of unlimited chips. So the more you spin it, the more chance you are that something will take off. So yeah,
That's exciting. We'll be looking forward to that. I'll be keeping my eye open for that. And so, I
yeah.
know that when you and I visited, you also, outside of music, you've done a few things on the side that were interesting to me, kind of associated with the music business.
Oh yeah, I'm a writer. I've
Yes.
always been a writer. Uh, uh, Fiction, poetry, but I also write magazine articles. And yeah, Dixon Productions puts on Steamboat Music Fest and Rio Frio Fest. Quite a few
Uh-huh.
uh, Dixon Productions all over the country, all over the calendar. And yeah, he hired me years ago. We played Steamboat like 13 times, I think, over the years. And they would have musicians talk about their rig, uh, like, adjust the camera just a little bit. So I would go. So here is my vintage Wurlitzer keyboard right here. This is from blah, 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 from 1960s. And you would just do a little rig about your gear that you're playing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so anyway, he liked it and he said, "Hey, if you want to write an article about one year was like up and coming artists at Steamboat." So I got to interview a bunch of my friends, find out about their story. I met Kevin Russell from Shiny Ribs, got to interview him.
Okay.
That was super neat. And yeah, years ago I did one all about Texas radio. I interviewed Buddy Logan and quite a few people. Um, and just kind of got the lay of the land. I'm from Kentucky, so it's kind of fascinating to me that this Texas music is its whole
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
solar system kind of.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. It's like you get started and just going down a rabbit hole of music. And speaking of Steamboat, I had John Dixon on the podcast, just
Oh,
because we were
cool.
discussing it was the 40th anniversary this year.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing place. He gave us a trophy last year for our 10th year
Wow.
playing it. We've got a little, yeah, yeah. It's very special, very special spot, and a really family. Steamboat is so neat. Just to kind of everybody that works there is always kind of the same. You run everybody, you just run into lots of friends
Hmm.
being there.
That's another bucket
Oh, yeah.
list trip I've got to get in, and those are always
Oh,
back to
you
back.
gotta.
Always back to back. All y'all musicians go from cold, and then go down to the coast where it's hot, which I like.
Right? Yeah, if somebody figured out a middle January spot halfway between them, like Steamboat, Key West, I don't know, what would that be, Arkansas or something? You can fill in the rest. Oh
Okay.
yeah, got my Leslie here in the room. Speaking of, oh, burning my headphones a little bit.
Do what?
Oh, I can hear it over crackle in my headphones.
Well, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come on the podcast. It was such an honor and a joy getting to visit with you and getting to see the band. And
Oh,
y'all are just amazing.
oh, thank you so much, Helen. It was a treat to talk to you, and thanks for everything you do. I'm glad. It's nice to know, have a friendly face on the radio or on
Oh,
the on the
absolutely.
podcast
Absolutely. Always,
universe.
anytime, anytime. Y'all are welcome to, come on anytime, podcast, radio, whatever. It's an honor and a privilege. And I'm telling you, it's like when you go to an Uncle Lucius show, it's a whole experience. It's not just going to see somebody play live music. It's like it was totally like it is an experience. Like I'm to the point now to where it's like, okay, when's the next show? When can I go see again? Green Hall marked down. Maybe. I've been talking about a trip to Green Hall, so maybe I can make that happen too. But thank you
Oh, I
so
hope
much, and y'all
so.
keep up the good work, and we'll be looking forward to the album coming up.
Thank you so much again, Helen, and please reach out anytime we're in your neighborhood or you're coming out. We'd love to say hi and reconnect with you.
Absolutely. You got it. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Texas Toast Podcast. And now, big news. If you're a lover of Texas country red dirt music, you can now go listen to our station, Texas Toast Radio. Log on to texastoastradio.com to hear a mix of all your Texas country favorites.